a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Antoni Imiela. Antoni Imiela was a convicted German rapist who grew up in County Durham, England. He was found guilty of the rape of 9 women and girls, and the indecent assault and attempted rape of a 10-year-old girl whom he repeatedly punched and throttled. The crimes took place in Surrey, Kent, Berkshire, London, Hertfordshire, and Birmingham, and the press dubbed the offender the M25 Rapist after the M25 motorway that passes in the vicinity of all but one of these areas. Early life. Emilia was born in Lübeck, then in West Germany, to a Polish father and German mother. He grew up in displaced person camps until the age of 7, when the family emigrated to the United Kingdom. His mother abandoned the family in 1968, and shortly after that Emilia began committing crimes and was sent to youth detention centers. In 1987, he robbed a post office at gunpoint, demanding £10,000. After more robberies he was sentenced to 14 years in prison. He was released in 1996. Attacks. By September 2002, police have identified the existence of an extremely dangerous serial rapist who, an hour after one attack, had used the victim's mobile phone to taunt her mother. Often he approached his victims at speed from behind. If a victim resisted, they were punched in the face. He also carried a knife. He was also dubbed the Summer Rapist and the Trophy Rapist, as he sometimes stole items of clothing, having forced the victim to undress. Kent Police and Surrey Police launched a joint investigation codenamed Operation Orb. And Emilia was finally caught with the use of DNA profiling. Once police had his DNA, they launched a public appeal for information, which resulted in a woman coming forward who expressed suspicion about her neighbor. A DNA swab test was carried out on the individual, Antoni Imiela, which enabled police to link him to the attacks. He was subsequently arrested. On the 4th of March 2004, he was sentenced to 7 life sentences at Maidstone Crown Court for the crimes. He was subsequently incarcerated at Wakefield Prison in Yorkshire. On the 18th of October 2010, Emilia was charged with the rape, indecent assault and buggery of a 29-year-old woman, Sheila Jankowitz, on the 25th of December 1987 in Forest Hill, southeast London. Following a case review using new forensic techniques, the victim's interview with police had been recorded, and although she died in 2006, Emilia appeared at City of Westminster Magistrates Court on the 1st of November 2010 and subsequently at Southwark Crown Court on the 7th of January 2011 to answer the charges. On Monday the 12th of March 2012, court proceedings against Emilia for the Christmas Day rape in 1987 began at the Old Bailey. The statement made by the late Sheila Jankowitz was read to the court by the prosecuting barrister, Richard Herndon. This was followed by the testimony and cross-examination of the victim's mother-in-law, Jill Stevens. On the following day, Erwin Jankowitz, the widower of Sheila Jankowitz, told the Old Bailey that his wife had told him that she had heard him pass by, but Emilia had his hand over her mouth and threatened to kill her if she tried to call out for help. Emilia was found guilty of the rape, indecent assault, and sexual assault of Jankowitz on the 22nd of March 2012 and was sentenced to a further 12 years in prison. He died in prison aged 63 on the 8th of March 2018. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?